We're going to learn how to draw a Ulysses butterfly. This is what a Ulysses butterfly looks like. Now the materials you need will be paper, a pencil, an eraser. Most of my work will be with a black crayon and a blue watercolor paint. The colors I'm going to use will be black, blue and green. If you want to do a nice background, you might also want some green crayons. The first thing I'm going to do is wet the colours I'm going to use so they'll be ready for when I need them. So green, blue, which will be the main one, and black. Now I'm ready to draw. So I'm going to attach a PowerPoint if you need the picture. The first thing I'm going to do is two circles. That's its eyes, its antennas. This part is called the thorax, and this part, you only see part of it, is the abdomen. It goes to about here, but there's wings in front. Now, from halfway down the thorax, I'm going to go out into a big butterfly shape. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. Don't worry too much if they're not exact, it'll make it look like it's from a different angle. Now I'm going to come out into a rounded bit like this, but I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 wobbly lines. And the same on the other side. 1, 2, 3 wobbly lines. And because it's a swallowtail, then you have these bits. Okay, and then I'm coming around and in, around and in. Okay, that's the basic wing shape. Actually, you know what? I will make this one a bit smaller. They're not, which is why we have an eraser. If you don't make any mistakes, that's good. If you do, that's okay. That's why we have an eraser. Okay, now that I have my main shape done, it's time to go over in black. So most of the work will be in black. So I'm using directional lines. I'm deliberately leaving bits in here for colour to soak into. That's the body done. Okay, we go around my design. It's easy to Google what a Ulysses butterfly looks like, or just look at the PowerPoint I'm attaching. Okay, we have lines coming up here, and then a bit of a large black spot. And it comes down into almost like feather or leaf shapes. And this is where the blue will be. The rest will be black. Okay, in here, there's lines to the ends of these sections. It's almost like stained glass window panels. Let's do a couple of them. Lines coming down to the end. Now I'm going to colour in whole edge of the wing black. I'm just going to pause the video so you don't have to watch me colouring in. So through the magic of video, I've almost finished colouring in. So this is based on the fact that oil and water don't mix, and my watercolour paint is not going to stick to my oil-based crayons. Now this is the part that's optional. If you like, you can do some leaf shapes for the butterfly to be sitting on. Or you can just do it in a blue sky. I'm just going to roughly create some background shapes. I keep breaking my crayons, I must be stronger than I look. So in green, just drawing some leaves. I've got a few greens because I've got a nice set, so I might as well mix it all up a bit. Again, I'm deliberately applying it in a sort of scratchy way, and the reason is I want some paper showing for my paint to stick to. There's one very, very important thing you have to do, which is write your name somewhere. So I'm just going to do an N for Nikolai. I'm going to sort of disguise it in my artwork. Okay, now I'm ready for some paint. So the first thing I'm going to do is my background. I'm going to wet my paper with clean water. I want my background to be super duper light, so I'm only going to put a few dobs of blue in it, and I'm going to thin it out with more water. What I really should do is wait for this layer to dry before I do my second layer, because I don't want it to bleed in. Okay, so I've got a very, very, very pale blue background. Now I'm going to go to my green, and I'm going to put it over the top of that first layer. So anywhere there's white showing, my green watercolor is going to fill those gaps, but it won't stick to the waxy crayon surface. They're very beautiful butterflies. They grow quite large too. Okay, now I'm ready for the blue. So I'm going to repeat that technique where I'm painting the shape with water first. This time I'm going to put a lot of blue in. So you can see the paint makes its own way. Oops. I think it's a really cool, really simple and easy effect. Look forward to seeing your responses. Just dab that bit out of the way. Okay. Tiny bit more colour on. I'm happy with that. Okay, and here we are. We have a Ulysses Butterfly done with a wet on wet technique over an underlayer of crayon or oil pastel.